Welcome back, tribe. I have two incredible articles here. Let's get into it. One of them is why you should seriously consider dating a single mom. And then we have the counterpoint of 5 reasons you should never date a single mother. And of course, eHarmony, right, has no reason to put this article out. No reason at all. Nothing to gain here. I wonder how many single mothers are on eHarmony on the carousel. Why you should seriously consider dating a single mother. Let's see what we got here. In 2021, roughly a quarter of all children lived in single-parent homes. That is not a good statistic to be citing. Which means that at some point in your dating journey, you might start dating a single mom. You don't have to actually, at all. You can actually write on your dating profile or wherever you're looking, no single moms. Dating single mothers is different than dating people without children. It can often bring more responsibility. Bingo. Next. But it can be very rewarding if you're ready, only for a simp. In this article, we'll look at some things to consider when dating a single mom and the benefits of dating single mothers. Let's see if we get sold, man. We got 10 things to consider when dating a single mom, boys. Let's see. What are we considering here? Children are the number one priority. We're going to start off with, here's why you should date single mothers. Because you're not going to matter. She is not going to take care of you. Just know her kids come before you every single time. What the hell article is this? Let's start off with why we should not date single mothers. It feels titled that. This could have been the same exact reason they put up there. Children are the number one priority. That's why you shouldn't date them. That's how we started this article, with the worst point you could bring up. Okay. And that's as it should be. A woman wrote this for sure. When you're dating a single mom, the kids will be their priority. Again, not a reason to date them. It's something you should be prepared to recognize and accept, not just tolerate. Yes, you need to be simping up a storm, paying her for all her past mistakes of opening her legs up. Great, dude. If you want to continue the relationship, no, bro, we don't. Single parents have a close bond with their children, and respecting that bond is key to any relationship, especially once the children are old enough to have their own opinions and preferences. Why would you want to have this extra baggage? And then it's not only that she has a close bond with the children, you got to deal with the baby daddy for the rest of your life. Very rarely is the father completely out of the picture in these relationships. There's going to be times where you got to go drop off the kids. You got to be cordial with a whole nother man who pumped your current girlfriend with a kid. What? Be upfront. Sheesh. Good communication is important in any relationship, but especially so when you're dating a single mother, as it's not just your feelings and hers that she must take into account. Being honest right from the beginning about what kind of relationship you're looking for, whether casual or serious, and what your expectations are is a must. So you're saying because she has a kid, you gotta be an extra gentleman. Yeah, be extra upfront. Hey, can never give you anything serious. You already have a kid. That should have happened with your man you chose to have a baby with. Next, if you're cool for the casual fling, dope. No, I don't really want to meet your kid. No, I don't want to play daddy. That kid already has a daddy. This is the honest, brutal conversations men have, at least in their heads. If you're a single mother and you haven't heard that up front, know the guy you're dating isn't being genuine. And if that guy is cool with taking care of another man's seed, no, that's not even a man that you would want in the first place. That's a man you settled for. That's low value male energy there. No man worth his salt is going to dump his hard-earned resources and time into another man's seed. Dude. All right. Have some flexibility, boys. Please. One of the most important rules for dating a single mom, plans can change. So yes, you're going to get flaked on. You're going to get canceled. She's got to wipe her kid's ass. You're coming in dead last in the relationship. Great, dude. Great reasons here. When you're dating someone with kids, you should be prepared for dates to be canceled. Dates to be cut short because a child needs something. Dates that are more unconventional. Remind yourself to go with the flow and expect the unexpected, and things will get a lot smoother in your relationship. Or how about this? Mind-blowing realization here. How about you just don't date a single mother and you wouldn't have to deal with any of this? Mind-blowing. I know. It's super mind-blowing that if you just don't date people with kids, you don't got to deal with all this extra baggage. I know. It's crazy. Take it slow. You shouldn't be acting like a child's parent on the first date. In fact, taking things slow is more important when dating a parent. You don't want to rush into things or start something you can't keep up long term, especially when the children are involved. Follow their mom's lead when it comes to the kids, and she knows them a lot better than you. Okay, so you can't even discipline these loud ass kids. You can't do nothing. You basically have to play daddy without having daddy rights. That's what she wants you to do. You got to do everything but be a father when it comes time to discipline and raise the kids. Trust is key. Here we go. This is good advice in general, but especially when it comes to dating single mothers. It's vital for you to show your partner that they can trust you with their heart and with their kids. You don't have to be responsible for anyone you're in a relationship with, but you should show her that you can be responsible. Be prepared to feed all my children. My baby daddies wouldn't do it, but you should. Don't interfere in parenting. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is like more reasons to not. Who the hell are they convincing here? It's like women trying to convince themselves why they're single mothers, why they're so amazing. Let me toot my own horn here. Falling on deaf ears because no man is taking any of these points seriously. Don't interfere in parenting. This is probably the second most important rule of dating a single mom, unless she specifically asks you for advice or to take an active role. Leave the direct parenting to her. If you have concerns, discuss them in private with her while making it clear that you trust her judgment and authority and respect her boundaries. Are you a man or not, bro? Can you be a man? Can you lead the relationship? Can you shepherd the family? It sounds like the answer is no here. It sounds like you shouldn't be wasting your time on a woman like this if you're a man who wants a family. It sounds like you should go find a woman that doesn't have all these extra rules and stipulations. Weird. Treat them like royalty. Oh my God, blow my brains out. Yes, they're a mom, but that's not all they are. They're a woman that couldn't keep their legs closed and get commitment from their men. But now you got to treat them like a literal queen, apparently. And you should make it a point to show you're aware of that. This does vary from each person, but few won't appreciate a break from being a parent. So organize a couple of weeks ahead, get a babysitter, and plan a romantic evening out. A bonus is that you'll set a good example for the children on how to treat people in relationships. Dude, this article is just how you can do for a single mother and not what a single mother with a kid in tow can do for a man to secure a man in the first place. This is insane. They should be making articles for single mothers on how to get a man, knowing you have this kind of baggage to deal with. This is a toot my own horn article that does not take men into consideration whatsoever. Does not care about a man's feelings. Does not care about a man's needs at all. This is just what you as an extra wallet can do for this specific kind of woman. This is nuts, bro. Can men get a say here at all? Can society appreciate men at all? Can society care about what a man wants? Are we allowed to have preferences? Can we talk about what it takes to keep a man? His heart. Can we for once get your priorities in order? She already has kids. Don't make her look after you too. When you're dating a parent, remember there is a lot of pressure from different sources. Make sure that you're not adding to their stress by expecting them to constantly mother you. In fact, try and decrease the workload. Yes, please help me take care of my kids. Oh man, make every second count. Remember that single moms don't have much spare time. Again, none of these are good points to enter a relationship with somebody. In fact, they must often carve out time out of their busy lives to spend it with you. Oh my God, yes, because you're such a nuisance apparently. I have to find time for you. So treat it like the gift it is. Shouldn't she be valuing your time? Like, aren't you the man that's going to be taking care of her? Shouldn't she be over the moon that you're taking time out of your day to talk to a woman that has a child in tow? That's in every part of the world, in all cultures of society, in the dating game considered a negative. What? But you have to cherish her time because it's being taken away from her kids. She should be taking care of her damn kids herself, period. Take the lead on planning outings and dates, but don't forget to take what she wants into account when figuring out how to spend time you have together. Oh my God. 10. Offer support, not judgment. Parents are already judged for everything they do, especially mothers. Rather than passing judgment or jumping in with advice, try to be an active listener. So literally, you can't even talk to this woman. Got to be on eggshells. Got to be her little cheerleader. Can't have a conversation with her about anything. Don't tell her on, the point before was voice your concerns about the children. And now all of a sudden is stop. trying to judge. Just shut up and listen. There are books and tutorials that will teach you how to be a better sounding board. Ugh, so what? Be a little robot? Walk around. Hey, ma'am, how can I use my wallet today to make your kids' lives easier? And you, oh my God, don't worry about me. I have no needs, no cares in the world. What kind of man, dude, that's self-respecting would ever deal with any of this crap? The next article is about to go ham. I already dismantled this one. Jesus Christ. What is this? 8 benefits? There's more. There's more, bro. I'm just going to quickly read this off and go to the next one because it's blowing my mind. It's true that dating a single mom isn't for everyone, but if you're ready, you can have meaningful connection. Single moms know what they want, have no time for drama, can show love and affection, can handle anything, are patient, have high standards. If you're a single mom and you have high standards, just don't. I honestly don't. You got to lower the pedestal and the list and the standards down a peg when you got a kid in tow. Okay? Single moms come with a family. And then look at this point. When you date a single mom, you might eventually meet the kids or the ex, if there is one. That's a benefit, bro. On what planet is that a benefit to any man? Are independent. They don't need you necessarily, but they like your personality, values, and lifestyle. Oh my God, dude. eHarmony. Does it say who wrote this? It better. Editorial team. Who's on the editorial team? All right. Let's see the counter. The counter argument by David. Here's a man. So that was most likely, highly likely, a woman's perspective. Let us now go to a man's perspective on why you probably shouldn't date single mothers. Let's find out. 5 reasons you should never date a single mother. Popular culture praises single mothers as high-value dating catches for discerning good men. It is hard to find many greater lies than this one. MILF culture since the late 1990s and early 2000s, epitomized by the American Pie character Finch's obsession with Steve Stifler's mom, made betting and romancing single mothers a seemingly must-have on many young men's sexual bucket lists. Nevertheless, just because you saw it on TV or in film doesn't make it truth. The single mother craze is just the collective self-delusion of has-been women with kids backed up by sympathetic cultural narrative. It is designed to assuage the hurt they feel at being upstaged by packs of new, frequently younger, or better-looking nubile girls that men really want to claim. A couple of caveats need to be tacked on to what I'm saying. Firstly, the following list includes general, on average characteristics of single mothers. Society is replete with, thankfully, childless uber femmes who hate the idea of ever becoming pregnant. Similarly, there are enough cases of women with kids who would make better partners than girls who are yet to expel a human being from their body. That's true. That is very true. Maturity comes at different ages. Also, Western discivilization suffers from a terminal lack of fecundity. As Return of Kings proprietor Roosh has pointed out, nationalism without natalism will fail. The globalist agenda, plus its corollaries of self-disemboweling multiculturalism, pernicious fembotism, and lunacy, are all geared towards suppressing positive notions of fertility that accrue with female nature. We're going to have to, I was going to read this part, guys, but decided to cut it out because he goes a little too ham. Anywho, let's go to the points here. Their bodies are inferior to women who are not mothers. That one's rough. Okay, let's hear it. Yes, you can find many female fatty who is without children and has no real prospect of having them anytime soon. Likewise, you can find a mother whose ass fills a pair of spandex pants like a gallon of water satisfies a man about to die of thirst in the desert. The norm, however, okay, because we're not talking about all women, we're talking about specifics, is that motherhood ruins a woman's body, or if it doesn't do so immediately, turns on a steady self-destruct mechanism. With more free time while on maternity leave or doing a poor job at child rearing as the government and father foot the bill, they can cake on the makeup and adjust the camera filters that allow them to superficially reclaim their pre-motherhood look. Whatever happens, it remains a smokescreen. In addition, almost every single human being on this planet let themselves go after having children. Yes, men and women do. Yes, indeedy. They cannot easily coordinate earning an income, if they even do, tending to a growing household and caring for children with physical maintenance or self-improvement. And if they do coordinate it somewhat, it is at a subpar, barely functional level. This only adds to this breaking down of single mothers' looks. Sheesh. This article is rough. I don't hold these views, YouTube. I'm just reading this article. They are separated or divorced from their baby daddy for a reason, and it's usually very bad. Women have no socially enforced responsibility for their relationship behaviors, even when those relationships produce children. For example, repeated studies show that female cheating is approaching or has equated levels of male infidelity. Yet the mea culpa for straying press conferences you see are of Tiger Woods and not Kirsten Stewart. In this permissive environment, which both looks past and inevitably rewards prima donna female antics, women with children feel more able to go off the deep end, sabotage their relationships, and then pretend that they were offended, even the abused party. It is this maelstrom of female self-entitlement that the prospective boyfriend of a single mother walks. Not only do you have all the crap involved with the biological father of the child, which the mother usually does nothing to mitigate, you also must deal with the shell of a woman whose malformed relationship strategies remain firmly intact. The world is full of women who have never told a man they were to blame for the end of a previous relationship. Having a child only compounds the problems associated with this distinct lack of self-awareness. That one right there is very factual, boys. And almost every single relationship breakup, women are always claiming to be the victim. They are never the ones in the wrong. It's not their fault. That guy was just an asshole. He was a jerk. He was the deadbeat. Women are professional character assassinators. Like, honestly, look up any divorce, anything, talk to anybody, any friend you have, any man you see in a bar that's been divorced, and he'll tell you that woman that he was dating always claimed it's his fault. They are financial dead ends. Brutal. Unless you're a pile driving a doctor, lawyer, or someone else similarly well-positioned who has a child or two, your courtship with a single mother is a financial drain on you, just waiting to happen. Of course, dude. This is not even mean to say. You have to feed an extra mouth. Duh. It costs more. Oh, wait. It already is. A woman with a child who really thinks she just wants a boyfriend is bad enough, but single mothers are greatly, if not entirely, motivated by the admitted financial security that a new partner provides. Of course. She's looking out for not only herself now, but her kid. She wants extra bucks, extra time on that wallet. They can lacquer it up all they like with the feeling of finally having a special someone, yet the deep-seated function matters a whole lot more than the convenient excuse. She's probably fooling herself, not just trying to fool you. To think that female brains have moved much further beyond their mammalian cousins or prehistoric ancestors is pure folly. If your sex drive as a man is often no different to the first Homo sapiens, a single mother's compulsion for male-generated resources has not moved along either, except the child is another man's and not yours. You will be either bailing her outright or accepting much lower financial and other material contributions from her. And for what? Yeah, man. We're animals at heart. We're still primates. She's looking to secure resources and you're looking to secure sex. Again, this is like the common mantra you see in the dating. All men want is one time. All men are after is just sex. You know, like women can lampoon that over men's heads all day, right? Women are allowed to say, men just want sex. Men are pegs. Men are whatever, right? If women are allowed to say things like that about men, why can't men say things like, she has a biological imperative to secure resources for her children? That's even more powerful than if you were to dated one without kids. Oh my God, shocking, I tell you. They do not become better people by becoming mothers. This goes for men and women too. Just because you have kids doesn't put you on a pedestal. You're not some amazing human being all of a sudden because you got a little brat running around that you don't even raise right. If you're a shitty person before having kids, you're going to be a shitty person after having kids, most likely. The vast majority of people in the world, whether male, female, black, white, or blue, do not change in their lifetimes being extremely narrow limits. Oh, beyond extremely narrow limits. Age, illness, having a family, or changing jobs may all act as funnels that give the appearance of true change, But these shifts are not what they appear. The same person merely moves into a different phase of existence. A single mother saying she became a better person by getting knocked up and giving birth is simply backward rationalizing an event just as irreversible as losing one's virginity. She is putting a positive spin on the end of her more pristine fertility and the advent of stretch marks, sagging memories, and much more constrained social life interspersed with tantrums, hers or the child's, and the constant whiff of infant fecal matter. Ooh, Jesus, dude, this guy's like not pulling any punches, huh? They have impulsive and poorly reasoned behaviors. Oh, that meme, single mothers be like, and then just straight up drink and party. I live for my kids. I've met a couple of those. They do exist. Why exactly is a single mother a mother? Did she finish high school, complete any other education, hold down her last 3 jobs, screw half the hood rats in Brooklyn? I, as much as an ideal patriarchal society, would welcome women having children young. Having children young in today's society, particularly without marriage and a steady financial situation, is very often an indication of looseness and a penchant for instant, unending gratification. Yeah, if you had kids really young, dude, your like maturity level is, it's very telling of how you handle situations and judgment. How good of a judge are you of the situations you put yourself into? And how did you arrive at having a kid so young? This bodes terribly for any relationship between her and any man after she splits with the father of her children. Yeah, how do you deal with consequences? Apparently not that well. And you didn't put the kids first if you're willing to leave the man. Elements of psychological child abuse are also at play big time by ignoring her own self-development and neglecting to cultivate a stable relationship with the father. She is almost certainly passing on significant dysfunction to her son or daughter. Shows like MTV's Teen Mom equate getting pregnant at 15, 16, or 17 with this. But even much older single mothers are prone to such behavioral clusters. Yes, dude, half of them, well, I don't know what the statistics are, so I can't even say half, but statistically speaking, single mothers tend to come from single mother homes at a much higher rate than somebody raised in a 2-parent household with a strong, stable nuclear family. This is common sense. It's not crazy to say something like this. You will come dead last with single mothers. He saved that one. This super principle hangs above and holds together the preceding 5. You are most likely always an object with single mothers and not a valued option, let alone a priority. Tread carefully, men. And why settle for what many would term used goods when there are fresher, childless pastures just down the road? So again, like I mentioned from the previous article that was shining a positive spin on motherhood, you come dead last with single mothers. Quite a stark contrast to the very first point from that last article, which was children are the number one priority. Again, the number one reason this article says you should date a single mother is literally the worst reason from the other article. Like all those points he made, he even said it supersedes all of that stuff. I mean, look right here. This super principle hangs above all the reasons listed. So if it wasn't bad enough, he just gave you the reason, the number one, dude. And if your woman cannot make you a priority, that should not be a relationship you should be in. If you want to take care of the kids, go take care of the kids. Get out of the dating pool. You got other fish to fry, right? You got a baby daddy. Focus on making that work instead of finding another man. Focus on raising the children instead of other men, right? You already got a man you got to deal with. And if by some miracle you get a man that's interested in you to deal with the baggage of having other children that are not his, you better be doing your damnedest to show him why he should have you around. The messages that article sends from eHarmony is the absolute worst advice you could give a single mother. I'm going to tell you right now, any man worth his salt, man, will not put up with any of those points. Those are not good points to mention. That's not the article single mothers should be reading. It's literally the worst advice. Like, you're getting an unfiltered look here on what men think by this second article from Return of Kings. It's no joke. This is what men are really thinking. This is what men really believe when they deal with single mothers. If there are women watching this and listening, I'm telling you, you're at a disadvantage compared to childless women. My own mother and other mothers, like imagine Imagine, man. Imagine you have a son and he tells you, Mom, there's 2 women that I like. I don't know what to do. One of them has a kid. She's a single mother, maybe 2 kids. And you go, this other one is a year or 2 younger and she has no kids. What advice would you give your son as a mother? If we're going to be dead honest with ourselves, and this is the message I got from my own mom, do not mess with women that have kids. She already has a man. My mom used to tell me before I even started dating. Never mess with women that have kids. They already made a choice. They already have a man. That's not your problem. That's the exact message you as a mother would give your own son. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If you cared about your baby boy and he came to you asking for advice for women, you would not tell your son that's doing good in school, that has a bright future ahead of him, that has no kids, that you care and love deeply for and want the best in life for him, you would not tell him to deal with the single mother in dating. Let's be honest here. So ladies, what do you think men with no kids in that same predicament your son is in thinks about you, the single mother? Forget about a rhetoric in these articles, both the good and the bad. That's just opinions of these bloggers, whoever wrote this news piece. What do you as a mother think is the best outcome for your son? And when you hear him say he's got 2 girls and one of them doesn't have kids, what you think, Mom? That instinct, that initial thought in your head that you don't want to say out loud, that's what men are thinking too. That's what that man's mother is thinking too for him. If you're a single mother listening to this, that's the position you are in right now. Do not follow these articles telling you all this like rosying up the BS situation that you're in. You are not in a good situation for dating, okay? You're at a huge disadvantage. You need to be working extra on keeping a man's commitment, extra on getting a man's attention. You need to be doing extra to prove why he should keep you around. That's just the circumstance you're in. I don't make the rules, man, but a lot of what you bring to the table isn't a positive. It's a lot of extra headaches a man's got to deal with. I don't have kids. I sure as hell don't want to deal with single mothers. That's just being honest, man. It sucks. It does. Okay? Some of you end up single mothers and, don't judge me for my past. Sorry, but I got to. I don't want to deal with a baby daddy. I don't want to have to constantly meet some other man and drop off the kids because I decided to get into a relationship with a woman that already had one. I don't want to raise a kid and when he turns 17, 18, you're not my dad in the rebellious phase in their teenage years. You're not even my real dad. You can't tell me what to do. How many men that decided to mess with single mother? You can read about them in the comments. I'm sure there's men that will talk about those rebellious years that they had to deal with. And they were there when these kids were young too. Still had to hear, you're not my dad. You can't tell me what to do. A household you have no control under or control of because for the exact reason they stated in that article, that's not your kid. It's not your job to parent. But she's going to want you eventually to take that mantle and parent the damn kid, right? But but also do it with a light touch. Don't be disciplining my kids like that, right? She's always going to be super protective of them because you're not the real father, man. It's just different, dude. It's a lot. You are expected to be daddy, but also don't have the same rights as daddy because that's not your own blood. And for that, and that reason alone, forget all the other ones, right? You get put that's not your seed and you can't treat it as such. Get out. Don't even think about it. Doesn't matter how good her ass looks in those Lululemons, how well she's been taking care of herself, because there are single mothers out there that look phenomenal, smashing some of the women that are, unkept, single, don't look after their bodies, right? Because this isn't some all single mothers deal and all single women. It's just on an individual basis, some people take care of themselves. Some people are more mature, like the article was saying, than others, right? You can get a single woman that's just an absolute trash heap, a train wreck mess, doesn't take care of herself, doesn't do nothing. And you'll have a single mother that does all the right things, takes care of herself, but you got a kid. That's a tough sell. Man, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please write out some experiences you've had in these exact predicaments, single mothers versus non-single mother. I want to hear the horror stories, man. I want to cover some episodes on that. Join our Discord if you haven't. It's linked in the comment section and in the description of this video. This was a long one, boys. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you again for tuning in. Send me some shades, recommendations. I need a cool, badass pair to wear. They help with the lighting. Love you guys. Take care.